Okay, here we have an intermediate problem involving geometric sequences. And remember that we use this formula usually to describe the general term of a geometric sequence. So we have an, so the nth term will be the first term times the common ratio to the power of n minus 1, n being the number of that term. Great. So use the given terms. The fifth term is 486. The eighth term is 13,122. We want to use these terms to find the first term, which is a1, as well as the common ratio, which is just r, for the geometric sequence. So how can we do this? Because we have the fifth term, which is 46, but then we're missing out the sixth term, the seventh term, and then we have the eighth term, which is 13,000. Actually, I'm not going to put a comma there, just in case. That is a 8, that is a 5, and we eventually want to find a1 and r. So how can we do that? Well, note one very important thing. To get to the sixth term from the fifth term, all we need to do is multiply it by r, right? So we get just basically 486 times r, since this is a geometric sequence. To get to the sixth term, or sorry, to the seventh term from the sixth term, all we need to do is multiply it by r again. So we get 486r squared, because I just multiplied this by r, so I got r squared. Now, to go from the seventh term, that was the sixth term, to the eighth term, all I need to do is multiply this by r again. So if I have 486 times r cubed, I get 88, which is 13,122. Isn't that great? Yeah, look at that. So a5 times r cubed will be equal to a8. Fantastic. Now I can just solve for r, and then we already have the common ratio. So I'll just divide both sides by 486 to get started. Those cancel out, of course. So I end up with r cubed is equal to, I'll just use the calculator here because I forgot the answer. So that's just 27. Okay, but we're interested in r, not r cubed, so we can take the cubic root of both sides of the equation. Those cancel out, so we get r is equal to the cubic root of 27, which is just 3. Great, so now we know the common ratio. Fantastic, but we also want to know the first term. So how do we do that? Well, we can just use this formula right here and use either term that we know. I'll use the fifth term because it's smaller, so that's going to be simpler. So a5, or the fifth term, is equal to the first term times r to the power of 5 minus 1. So the fifth term is equal to the first term, which we don't know, times 3, right? Because we just found that the common ratio is 3 to the power of 4. 5 minus 1, 4. So now we can just plug in 486 for a5. So 46 equals a1 times 81, because 3 to the power of 4 is 81. Then we can just divide both sides by 81. Whoops, I just wrote an 8 there, missed the 1. So 486 divided by 81 is just 6, and that is the first term. So the first term is 6. The common ratio, just 3. If you want to check out some more questions, check out our website if you're not already there. And have a great day.